Whether you're a brand new player or a veteran player in RuneScape, Fresh Start Worlds is one of the most important things that you can take advantage of right now in RuneScape, and we're going to cover the sort of things that you can do with this so that you will be able to blitz through both levels, or alternatively, if you are a veteran player, make an alt account to make some ridiculous money within this Fresh Start Worlds account. So first things first, you will have to start from a brand new account, so there is no getting around it. You're going to have to start from scratch, which is the whole premise of Fresh Start Worlds, because ultimately you're starting with a fresh account. But what you can do from that is find ways of leveling up the skills that are going to be super important for your account, so that you're not spending a ton of time woodcutting or doing something that is just mundane and not really going to benefit your account in the long run, and so you can take advantage of certain things. Now, the first thing that I really implore you guys to do is do as many of the easy and low-hanging fruit quests that are available in RuneScape 3 right now. Things like the waterfall quest to get the initial combat levels that will just skyrocket you through the levels. As soon as you start getting decent combat levels, you're then able to progress super fast into the high level combat, and it's at that point that you're going to be able to start earning a ton of money from different money making methods. Combat is the easiest way of making a ton of money. We'll talk more about that in its own section later on, but what I always recommend is doing that so that you can then get the rewards from both experience gained, and of course it is one of the fastest ways to get to level 99 is to use all of the advantages of the double XP, up to 2.5 times XP actually, and as of release right today there is a 1.5 times XP for the first 2 weeks, and then it scales up to 2.5 at the 8-week mark, and that is going to be mental about how much XP you can earn in an hour, and you're going to be able to go probably from level 40 to 99 in almost no time at all, probably a few hours at maximum with the 2.5 times XP, because some of the high tier methods that you can use, such as the Abyss, were able to get you like 700k XP an hour, so 2.5 times that, you're looking at nearly 2 million XP an hour, which is ridiculous. So 7 hours to get a full 99, that is nuts. So yes, this is a brilliant time for you to start your new account and get up to the scratch, the level that you want on your account. And remember, one other thing that I want to focus on in this is that even if you don't like the idea of doing all of those quests to get up your certain levels, leveling up your combat will also allow you to get the drops. Now, with Fresh Start Worlds, there are certain bonuses that you can take advantage on, and they come in the form of these progression points. And as you go through your account, you level up various different skills, you'll get progression points that you can spend on certain things. Now, you can also do that from the quest, like we talked about earlier. You can do both at the same time, so you're going to be earning as many as possible, so you can get boons, and you can do all sorts of things within Fresh Start Worlds, which I highly recommend. But remember, at the higher tier bossing locations, you'll be able to get increased chances at double drops, which is going to make it so much easier for you to earn a ton of money. So maybe if you're on your main account, you're doing some AFK money making, whilst you're doing that, it might be really important for you guys to jump on Fresh Start Worlds, use bonds if you have to, because at the end of the day you'll probably make your money back anyway from if you're spending enough time on it from doing it, or just pay for the actual membership with real money. If it saves you that much time, then do that, and this is going to basically allow you to get to the high tier bosses as quickly as possible, and that will basically increase the amount of money that you're going to make per hour because of the double drop chance that you can get from all of these points. So really good way of finding yourself some extra cash and being able to do it pretty easily. And with a brand new account, you can then use that account when it comes back to trying to earn some money on the future. So very interesting stuff. Hopefully you guys will take advantage of this and yeah, use it as like an alternate account that you can effectively earn some more money from. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to focus on that, see how fast we can get the levels up, and I want to get some inverted skill capes as well. So as a veteran player, that's what I am doing myself. As a new player, always just focus on getting the certain skills that are going to benefit you in the long run, as opposed to some really quick and easy skills that you might find like thieving or something like that, because it's super quick anyway, so you probably don't need it for a lot of the things. But anyway, getting back to the video, number 3, focus on your buyable skills first. So As we all know, buyable skills can cost you a fortune, especially if you're a new player. So if you do decide to play Fresh Start Worlds and you're wanting to level up, focusing on buyable skills is going to be super easy. Because of the 2 to 2.5 times XP that you can actually get in the game, you're going to be able to progress it a lot faster, be able to get to the high tiers a lot faster, and that will essentially basically mean that you're saving a ton of money in the long run, which is something that I always recommend you do. I always suggest it during double XP, is to make sure that you're focusing on the buyable skills that are going to cost you money, because every single time that you're buying something, you're going to have to buy it 2.5 times less, if that makes sense. But remember, prices may have changed during a double XP, or at least this like 2.5 times fresh world event. So yeah, just be careful of how the market is going and the sort of things that you need to be buying, and making sure that you preemptively buy these sorts of things for when the event goes live. One thing that I will always focus on any of my accounts that I create on RuneScape 3 is that I will always level up some of the slow skills as quickly as possible and start them early. So for example, farming can be a super slow skill that is really, really annoying at the lower tier levels. So if you can get started quicker, it means that you're going to be able to excel right the way through all of the levels by the end of the event and the whole Fresh Start Worlds kind of event that's going on. So if you start now, although it may seem really, really annoying, it can save you so much time, and I highly recommend it. Of course, there are other things that you can do as well, and the skills that I'm also recommending is archaeology, because once again, really painful to begin with, but as you then move through, you're going to be using less materials because you'll get more XP, or you may even get 2.5 times more artifacts, and therefore you can just blitz through all of the levels of archaeology, save yourself a ton of time, and hopefully you'll be able to be really on top of it. And because archaeology is great for offering you relic powers that are going to speed up a lot of the other things within RuneScape, I highly recommend you do it as one of the first skills that you do. Focus on some buyables in the meantime, then go and do a ton of archaeology. If you're just trying to AFK, archaeology can earn you a bit of money as well, which is really, really nice. And so if you just start now, start early, start with farming, start archaeology grinds, start all of like the really painful stuff, because boy, will it save you time in the long run. And yeah, it's something I wish I had when I first started my account, was to first have some of these low tier skills, because by the time you end up coming to max and you're trying to get all of these skills at the end, it's really, really painful. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Of course, maybe you have some difference of opinions on certain things, but yeah, just leave them in the comment section down below, and I will try my best to answer any questions that you may have as well. Of course, we'll be focusing on some money making guides within this Fresh Start World, so you can earn a ton more GP during the event, and some of the extra events that you can do that are going to help you out. So as well as this, number 5 on this list, we're only going to do 5, there's loads we can capture, but they'll come in later videos where we focus on more specifics. But what you want to do is use the increased XP to find money making methods. So it seems really generic, it seems really vague, but remember, because the increased XP, much like we said on the buyable section of this video, that people are going to go out and they're going to try and buy all of these stuff to help their account out, which means that certain prices of certain materials are going to go up. So get on early, pick up some of these stuff for when the 2.5 times XP event comes, sell them during that if you want to make some money, or alternatively just buy them now if you want to save yourself some money, which is basically the same thing. So hopefully that kind of is something that you can do. Of course, it's really, really good for some of you merchers or people that are thinking about investments during this Fresh Start Worlds to start thinking about gear prices, ability unlocks, all of the stuff that every single account in RuneScape needs, of course, with the introduction of codexes, stuff like that. Of course, think about Corruption Blast. Everyone uses it at the Abyss because it's super, super useful. So maybe it might be useful for you guys to start buying some of these stuffs. I'm not going to give you explicit examples. That was just kind of an idea, but these are the sorts of things you can think about. And of course, typically with the trends on RuneScape, when there's an influx of loads of new accounts that all require one-time use things, then they are going to have to get them if they want the abilities. And of course, then the price of the abilities goes up because not as many people are going to be able to actually earn the codexes And so it's just a simple case of supply and demand, and you can use that within RuneScape to earn a ton of money, and that is exactly what I'm going to be doing with the last bit of GP on my account, on my main account. So yes, hopefully this video has given you an indication of the sort of things that you can do. We'll be doing a more in-depth guide on Fresh Start Worlds as I start my account and try and go through. Maybe we'll do some like progress videos showcasing the sort of training methods, the sort of things that you can do if you want to join me along this way. Of course, let me know in the comment section down below any questions, once again, if you have any, and I thank you very much for watching to this point. I appreciate all of your support, and if you aren't already subscribed and you're interested in seeing any more content like this, then of course click the subscribe button, like it if you did actually enjoy it, dislike it if you don't, because it really helps me find out which you guys are interested in. And yeah, once again, thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.